In the winter mists of 8071 AD, as frost devoured the fields and ravens circled quiet villages, England bled. Two peoples, two legacies, one land, the Saxons, sons of Wessex, proud defenders of the old kingdoms, the Danes, Viking invaders from the ice-split north, hungry for conquest, burning for glory. Villagers wake to the sound of sails not their own, but of blackened, dragon-headed ships. The great heathen army has arrived, led by Ivar the Boneless, Halfdan Ragnarsson 5 AD. Along the misty coastlines of East Anglia, shadows stir, and other sons of the legendary Ragnar Lothbrok, the Danes set foot on English soil. Behind them a trail of ash and blood, ahead conquest. But England is not a land that kneels easily. The kingdoms of England, Northumbria, Mercia, Wessex and East Anglia, are fractured. Each is wary of the other. Old grudges fester. When East Anglia falls, the others hesitate. But in Wessex, a young prince named Alfred studies the enemy with careful eyes. He knows one truth: united they might survive, divided they will be forgotten. The Danes do not conquer with numbers alone. They sow fear, they burn monasteries, tear down crosses, and offer kings the sword or the silver. At York, the Northumbrians rally. But the walls fall within a week. Kings Ella and Osbert are captured. Legend says Ivar gives Ella the blood eagle, ripped lungs spread like wings. A message to the rest of England: this is what defiance earns. By 8069, Mercia and East Anglia have been broken. But in Wessex, Alfred, now king, does not kneel. He knows the land, the tides, the language of battle. In the woods of Wiltshire, he trains men in guerrilla warfare. He learns to fight from the shadows. He teaches farmers to become wolves. The Danes are not invincible. In the harsh winter of 8078, they make their move on Chippenham, Alfred's stronghold. He escapes into the marshes of Athelney with a handful of men, broken, maybe, but done, never. Alfred watches, plans, waits. Every fire lit in the dark is a promise of return. Come spring, Alfred emerges. With his loyal ealdormen and newly trained Fyrds, he challenges Guthrum, the Dane leader, at the Battle of Edington. Swords clash, shields break. For days the fields run red. But Alfred's discipline triumphs. Guthrum is forced to surrender and convert to Christianity. A victory not just of arms, but of culture. After Edington, England is divided. The northeast becomes Danelaw, Danish rule. The south stays Saxon. It's a tense peace, etched in ink and blood. But not all Danes honor treaties. Not all Saxons forgive. Raids continue. Skirmishes spark. The line between war and peace becomes a blurred blade. Alfred prepares his children, not just to rule, but to fight. His daughter Ethelflaed becomes the Lady of the Mercians, a warrior queen who leads men into battle. His son Edward trains day and night. Alfred is building something more than a kingdom. He's building a legacy. In East Anglia, a rebellion brews. The Danes want full control. Saxon warbands resist. The marshes run with blood again. One warlord named Wulfgar leads a daring night assault on a Danish encampment. It becomes legend, the Night of Screaming Arrows. Outnumbered 3-1, the Saxons strike from the fog. Not one Danish ship sails away. Inspired by Roman strategy, Alfred orders the construction of Burj, fortified towns. Each can be reached in a day's ride. Each is stocked, garrisoned, armed. They are not just walls, they are teeth. And every time a Dane attacks, the bite is deeper. In 8092, Danish reinforcements arrive. They raid deep into Wessex. At Farnham, Prince Edward meets them. It's his first major battle. The two armies collide beneath a red sky. Edward fights not like a prince, but like a berserker. He slays the enemy war chief with a single blow to the skull. From that day on, the Danes call him Wolf-Crowned. Ethelflaed leads a bold campaign into Danelaw-held Mercia. At Derby and Leicester, her tactics shock the enemy. She rallies not just Saxons, but disillusioned Danes who seek peace. Her legend spreads so far, even Viking Jarls write her name in their sagas. In 8096, a group of young Saxons, orphans of war, form a rogue warband known as the Shieldless. With no lands, no titles, and no mercy, they strike at Danish supply lines and vanish into the woods. They are ghost stories, whispered by Viking scouts. The Danes begin abandoning remote forts at the rumor of their presence. In 1899, King Alfred dies, not in battle but in bed, surrounded by books and swords. He leaves behind a kingdom still under threat, but he also leaves something greater, unity. His funeral is held in silence. No wails, no horns, only steel lowered in salute. In 910, Danes try to flank Wessex by sailing up the Thames. London burns, but the Boers hold. Lady Ethelflad marches from the west. Edward attacks from the south. The Danes are crushed in a pincer strike, so clean it becomes known as the Iron Scissors. In 917, the Danes crown a final king in East Anglia, Ocric, but his reign lasts less than a year. At Tempsford, he's cut down by Edward's forces. The dream of a permanent Dane, England, dies with him. One by one, the old kingdoms fall back into Saxon hands. Mercia is rejoined with Wessex. London is fortified. York trembles. For the first time in nearly 60 years, the Saxons are not defending, they are conquering. In 920, Edward gathers his lords. Each places a blade over a map of England. They swear, no more divided crowns. One land, one people, one king, and so the foundation of a united England is laid, not in peace but in pain. Bards still sing of Wulfgar, of the shieldless, of Ethelflad's march, of Edward's fury, of Alfred's flame. But among Danes, another song lingers, one of courage, of worthy foes, of the day the sea-wolves met their match. Even centuries later, when kings wear golden crowns and drink from jeweled cups, travelers say strange things happen in the marshes. They hear chants, steel clashing, shadows of longships in the morning fog. Some say it's just wind. Others say the past never truly dies, not when it bled so loudly.